Spirit of the living God, fall fresh on me. Spirit of the living God, fall fresh on me. Melt me, mold me, fill me, use me. Spirit of the living.
Blessed good morning to all, and welcome to our devotions for Thursday morning. Giving Almighty God thanks for His blessings and His providence. Giving thanks for His deliverance as we meet a new day, and as we trust that this day will witness our drawing even closer to God, or being able to discern more intentionally His purpose for us in this life. And so as we come into this space of quiet and peace, we ask God to be here with us and to join us as we go through this time of meditation and prayer, asking that God may lead us in His way to the place where we need to be. And so taking a few breaths as we center ourselves in this time, letting go all that no longer serves us, breathing deeply into our hearts with gratitude, and acknowledging God's presence in our lives, in this space, in this arrangement. Continually letting go of all the distractions, all that would lead us away from this time of peace. Just allow for the divine grace to just fill you. And just be present. Being fully aware of where you are in this particular moment. Breathe in, and with every breath, just trying to be even more still. Even more available to the grace. Being present. And knowing that God is in the ways in which He calls us into this moment. For it is only in the present moment that we are able to engage with the divine. So allow yourself to be. Allow thoughts to flow without engaging them. And just keep bringing your attention back to this moment. To this time of peace. And there's no lack. Where we have everything we need for this moment. And we are thankful. And so, turning to our text. And Jesus said to the disciples, there was a rich man who had a manager, and charges were brought to him that this man was squandering his property. So he summoned him and said to him, what is this that I hear about you? Give me an account of your management, because you cannot be my manager any longer. Then the manager said to himself, what will I do, now that my master is taking the position away from me? I'm not strong enough to dig, and I'm ashamed to beg. I've decided what to do so that when I am dismissed as manager, people may welcome me into their homes. So, summoning his master's debtors one by one, he asked the first, how much do you owe my master? He answered, 100 jugs of olive oil. He said to him, take your bill, sit down quickly, and make it 50. Then he asked another, and how much do you owe? He replied, 100 containers of wheat. He said to him, take your bill and make it 80. And his master commended the dishonest manager because he had acted shrewdly. For the children of this age are more shrewd in dealing with their own generation than are the children of light. I tell you, make friends for yourself by means of dishonest wealth, so that when it is gone, they may welcome you into the eternal homes.
Fall fresh on me. Melt me, mold me, fill me, use me. Spirit of the living God, fall fresh on me. Spirit of the living God, fall fresh on me.
So here we are in reflection on this passage for this morning, a passion that we are being called upon to have a passion for this world, and a passion that enables us to understand how to deal with this world, how to journey in this world. The story of the unjust steward or dishonest manager, as we would have heard this morning, makes reference to the fact that those in the world, as it were, seem to have a better understanding of what is necessary to survive and to make it in this world than the children of light. And I've always found this passage really intriguing because it speaks a truth. And I'm reminded by this passage of Jesus' words, "Be in the world but not of the world." Jesus doesn't pray that his disciples be taken out of the world. He prays that they may be kept in God's love. Through the years, there have been several moments where groups have risen up and have made an effort to leave the world. And some of these efforts have been truly disastrous, with significant loss of life. The reality for us, though, is that we're here. It is not about leaving. We have chosen to come. We've chosen to have the experiences that we're having. We've chosen to learn the lessons that we are being presented with. And we must stay until our lessons are accomplished. We must stay until the work is done. Ours is not the task of trying to leave this world. Because if that was it, we would have never have come. But we came. We came of our own volition because we know that it is here that we may learn and that we may grow and that we may be able at some time to return to source. But now is not the time. The current time is for us to learn and experience. Each one of us is an aspect of the divinity, experiencing all that there is, the good and the bad. This is all part of what this is about. We are souls journeying in this experience on earth. We are part of earth. We cause earth to accomplish what earth is seeking to do. This is all part of one grand production, as it were. Earth as an entity is alive. It is alive, it is breathing, and we are part of that. We're all a part of this. And we've all got our own work to do so that we can raise the energy of this earth and we can all ascend. And so what do we do with our daily challenges? The dishonest manager was faced with unemployment. Now, because he was the one keeping checks on what people owed, there was a good chance that he would not have been able to make it outside there, because persons would have known him as the person who would have kept these records, and maybe themselves would have been delighted to see that he was now in the position he was in. So he decides that he will do something different to make it possible for himself to be okay in the days to come. He calls in all the debtors and he asks them to tell him what they owe, which in and of itself is interesting because he doesn't tell them what they owe, and he's the manager. He asks them what they owe. And depending on what they say, he slices their indebtedness virtually in half. This obviously puts him in the good books of all these debtors, and they now owe him. So he can now face this time of being without occupation. He can face this dismissal, knowing that he is going to be looked after. How do we use what is presented for us during this life? How do we use our several situations from day to day? Do we, in many ways, just go off and hide? Do we live in fear? Do we drop in a corner and become all depressed? Or do we think and explore, how can I rise above this experience? How can I use this experience in a way that puts me in an even better position? It is felt in some circles that when we don't use these circumstances to the best of our ability, they deal with us on more than one level. They deal with us on the emotional level in terms of whatever it is that we are suffering under. And then too, these experiences of deep emotion can do really dangerous things to our life as a whole and our health, creating all forms of disease and maladies. And so by holding these things in, we impact our health and we create all manner of sickness. And the reality here is that this is not the purpose of these experiences, but that is how we have used them in the past. The purpose of the experiences is for us constantly to be able to step above, go up higher, to deal with what's confronting us, and to find ways to use what is confronting us in order that we may benefit. Just like the dishonest manager, we must find ways to ensure that whatever comes to us is for us and is used by us to improve our lot in life. And not just our physical lot, but our spiritual, which is even more important. Remember, Jesus uses these physical stories, these earth-based stories, to make his spiritual points. And as children at Sunday school, we would have been told that a parable is an earthly story with a heavenly meaning. And so again, it is for us to be able to discern the heavenly meaning. To see that in this parable that Jesus is sharing, he is saying to us that on that spiritual level, we must be able to meet all the challenges that come to us in this world, knowing that these challenges provide for us opportunities to grow spiritually, to come up higher. The sons of this world know how to deal with their generation so much better than those children of light. This is a challenge that the Master is offering us. May we listen to his words, and may we seek to really understand how to use our experiences in this world to establish us in God's kingdom. For this is what we have been called to do.